After watching the film and visiting with the coaches, it's kind of confirmed what I thought Saturday night. We played awfully hard. We did a lot of things right. What I told the team, we're sitting 6 minutes to go in the game, 6 points down. We got the ball on their end of the field. From that point on, the end of the game, Louisiana Tech did more things right than we did. We got to give them some credit. Going into the game, if you'd have told me we were only going to have 2 turnovers and 2 penalties, I thought we'd win the game. Louisiana Tech played mistake-free, did not turn the ball over one time. That's to their credit. I think we've come a long way from the way we performed against FBS schools in the past, but that's not good enough. We had an opportunity to win a game, and that's what we want to do. But this is a great experience for us. We're going to play a tight game down the road somewhere in conference play. And what we got to do between now and then, coaching-wise, we got to do a better job in the last 6 minutes of the game, and our players got to keep working to where they're better prepared to play the last 6 minutes, and that's what it's all about. It's getting better. I did tell the team that if we would have punched that in and kicked the extra point and held on and won 21-20, I'd have been a lot happier, but I would not have left with any more confidence than what I left with. I'm confident we're going to have a good football team because this team's head's where it needs to be. They understand what we got to do, and they're going to continue to work and improve, and I'm looking forward to this season, and it's just beginning. I don't know. In both games, we kind of emphasize the same things as far as penalties and turnovers and trying to execute. Obviously, we played a team that had bigger, stronger, faster players. It was a better measuring stick, so to speak, but we got out of both games what we need to get out of as far as that goes, and these types of games are only going to do good things for us as long as we keep approaching every day and working the way we are. And we got a big task again this week, obviously. I don't think I need to talk about that a whole lot. We all know how good they are. But this is an opportunity for us to get better, and that's what we're going to do. Well, we got to look at their schemes and what we can do against their blocking schemes and put ourselves up against them. And that's all you can do is break them down, try to find some tendencies that might help. But it's about individual matchups as well. We can't get just focused on one guy because they got a lot of players offensively that can play. When they do get in what they call their diamond and work it, we're going to have to be ready. But they got a lot of good football players, and he's one of them.
Can you talk about the performance of Caleb Berry so far this season?
Well, that was the thing in my mind that kind of separated him towards the end of spring and really in this camp is his maturity and his development. When he does make a mistake, he has amnesia now. He doesn't carry over to the next play. He bounces back. He's got some maturity to him that he didn't have a couple of years ago. And I think this is just the tip of the iceberg. I think he's just going to get better and better as the season goes along. And the more time he gets to spend with Coach Keck and this offense and with these receivers, I look forward to him just getting better and better. Well, obviously we're going to play a good football team. I think the things that concern me more this week is, first of all, they're a very talented defense, but this is their home opener. The noise factor is going to be there that we haven't had to deal with. Offensively, we're going to have to be able to do everything on sight, not sound. They're going to try to put a lot of pressure on us early and try to get the game over with early, and that comes down to turnovers, and we got to take care of the football and be smart early. But they're a good football team. That team you're talking about defensively held Mississippi State to 3 points first ball game. I got to watch the second half of that. I got to the point where I was getting depressed. I turned it off. But they're a good defense. They've given up some yards. I think some of those yards came late against UTSA when they may have had their second and third teamers in there. First half of the ball game, they were very impressive on all 3 phases of the game. I don't know. I would think they'll be very emotional about it. I think it's an opportunity for both of them to get reacquainted with some people they've known, but at the same time, I know they both want to play well. I would think that they would take it upon themselves to try to have good individual ball games, and they can do that as long as they're playing within the framework of what we want them to do. But it'll be a sense of a little bit of a homecoming for them, I'm sure. Well, I think we'll do some good things defensively. I'm sure that Oklahoma State, like I told them before this game, it was that Tech game, same thing. They got some good football players. They're going to make plays. We've got to make our share. But playing this team, this is a big, strong, fast team. This is just not a Big 12 team. This is a team that's picked to win the Big 12. And what are they ranked right now? 12th? or 11th. I mean, this is a good football team. We know that, and we know what we're up against. But when you play good people, if you go about it right, it can only make you better. And we got an opportunity to get some ESPN highlights this week and get some notoriety for ourselves. And we're going to play to win the game. We're going to prepare all week. We're going over there and we're going to give it our best. Well, that was the most encouraging thing. Now, Louisiana Tech did a good job. I want to give them some credit. But some of their big runs were bust. And if we can fix those mistakes, and we are, Coach Bradley was very frustrated watching the film because the number of their big plays was misalignments, and they blocked us a few times. But there's some things on there we can correct. Effort was tremendous. We made a lot of negative plays. If I have one criticism of our defense, and it was just something that we've lived off of ever since Coach Bradley's been here, we didn't get any turnovers. If we could have gotten 2 or 3 turnovers in that ball game at critical places on the field, we could have won the game. So we've been a very good opportunistic type of defense. But and I thought defensively we played well against Louisiana Tech for the majority of the time. But we needed to create some turnovers for our offense. Well, that's what your non-conference games are for. I mean, I think we're all gearing up for a conference run against teams we're very familiar with, and I think our entire conference is better this year. I'll talk more about that as we get closer to conference play, but I think our conference, this is going to be a dogfight up and down from top to bottom, and these games can only make us better and prepare us if we take the proper attitude approach to it, and we're going to.